A boy stands barefoot in a courtyard, holding a wooden sword that weighs more than his arm can handle. He is 6 years old. His father watches from the porch with no expression. The boy swings. Too slow. His father says nothing. The boy swings again. Still wrong. His father picks up a bamboo rod and strikes him across the shoulders. Not hard enough to break anything. Hard enough to remember. The boy does not cry. He has already learned that crying earns a second strike. He swings again. Better this time. His father gives a single nod. That nod is the only warmth this boy will receive today. This is how a samurai begins. Not with glory. Not with a sword. With pain and silence and a father who loves him enough to make the world hurt before the world gets the chance to do it first. You are a kimono. A servant in a samurai household. You are not samurai. You are not even close. You are the son of a farmer who was sent to serve a warrior family because your father owed a debt he could not pay in rice. You wake before dawn and you boil water. You lay out the master's clothes. You polish his armor piece by piece with a cloth and oil until every plate shines like black water. You carry his swords when he travels, but you are never permitted to draw them. Touching the blade would cost you your hand. Maybe your life. You eat what the family leaves behind. You sleep on a mat near the kitchen where the floor is cold and the rats are bold. The samurai children ignore you. To them, you are furniture. But you watch everything. You see how they hold the sword. You see how they bow. You see the tiny differences between respect and submission. Respect keeps your chin level. Submission drops your eyes. You practice these things alone at night when nobody is watching. Not because you will ever become samurai. That is impossible. The class you were born into is the class you will die in. But understanding their world is how you survive inside it. You are an Ashigaru, a foot soldier, the lowest rank that carries a weapon into battle. You are not samurai by blood, but war does not care about blood. War needs bodies. A lord has called up every able man in the province and someone handed you a yari, a spear nearly 18 feet long, and a set of lightweight armor made from strips of bamboo and leather. You received 4 days of training. Stand in this line, point the spear forward, move when the drum beats, stop when the drum stops. That is everything you know about warfare. The battle line stretches across a muddy field. You are in the third row. The men in the first row are already dead. They just do not know it yet. The enemy charges and the sound is something you will never forget. Thousands of feet hitting wet earth. Screaming. Horses. The first row drops their spears and the clash sounds like a building collapsing. You push forward because the man behind you is pushing you. Your spear hits something. You do not look at what. You just push. If you survive today, you earn a small wage and a bowl of rice. If you survive enough battles, maybe a lord notices you. Maybe you are granted a family name. Maybe your grandchildren will carry swords. But right now, you are just trying to stay on your feet while the world ends around you. You are a G-samurai. A part-time samurai, half warrior and half farmer. During peacetime, you grow rice in a muddy field with your hands. During war, you put on your armor and you march. You own a sword, a real one. It was given to your grandfather for service during old campaigns, and it has been passed down with more care than any piece of land. The blade is maintained by a polisher in the castle town who charges you a fee you can barely afford. But a samurai without a proper sword is not a samurai at all. You train when the fields allow it. Early morning before planting. Late evening after harvest. Your technique is functional but rough. The full-time samurai at the castle look at you with something between pity and contempt. You are a peasant who happens to own a sword. But when war comes, they need you. They always need you. Your lord calls and you answer, because that is the oath your family swore 3 generations ago. You fight beside men who trained every single day of their lives. And you try not to embarrass your name. After the battle, you go home and plant rice. You are a Goshi, a rural samurai. You hold a rank that sits uncomfortably between the farmers and the warriors. You own land, not much. A few acres outside the castle town. You collect a small stipend from your lord, and you supplement it with what your fields produce. You're officially samurai. You carry 2 swords, the katana and the shorter wakizashi. Together they are called daisho and they mark you as a member of the warrior class. But geography has placed you far from the center of power. The samurai who serve directly in the lord's castle consider you a country soldier. Useful during war. Invisible during peace. You train alone or with your sons. You maintain your armor yourself because you cannot afford to pay someone else. When the Lord summons you for military service, you ride to the castle on a horse that is more work animal than war mount. But you answer every single time. Your family has held this land for 5 generations, and every generation has answered the call. Honor is not a word to you. It is a debt that compounds daily and is repaid in blood. You are a Hatamoto, a bannerman. You serve the Shogun directly, not a regional lord, not a provincial governor. The Shogun himself, you're among the most privileged samurai in the entire country. Your stipend is generous. Your home is in Edo, the capital, close to the center of power. You carry your lord's banner into battle and your position in the formation is directly beside him. If he falls, you fall. That is not poetry. That is your job description. In peacetime, you serve as an administrator. You oversee tax collection in a district. You judge disputes between merchants. You inspect the readiness of lower-ranking samurai. You attend ceremonies at the castle where you stand for 3 hours without moving while officials recite documents you have already memorized. Your life is comfortable but constrained. Every action is governed by protocol. The way you walk, the way you sit, the way you address a superior versus an equal versus someone beneath you. There are 14 different decks of bow, and using the wrong one is an insult that can end a career or start a duel. You manage this world with precision because precision is survival. You are a karo, a chief retainer, the highest-ranking samurai beneath the lord himself. You are the bridge between the ruler and every samurai who serves him. Military strategy passes through you. Financial decisions pass through you. Appointments and dismissals and marriages and alliances all pass through your office before they reach the lord's desk. You manage thousands of warriors across the domain. You know which commanders are competent and which are political appointments who would collapse under real pressure. You know which districts are profitable and which are bleeding money. You know which samurai families are loyal and which ones whisper about defection when they think no one is listening. Someone is always listening. You made sure of that. Your spy network is small but effective. Servants in the right households, merchants who travel between provinces, monks who hear confessions. Information is the only currency that never devalues. The Lord trusts you more than he trusts his own sons because his sons want his seat and you want his success. That distinction keeps you alive and keeps you powerful, but it also keeps you awake. If the domain falls, it is your failure. If the Lord makes a catastrophic decision, it is because you did not counsel him well enough. You carry the weight of every samurai family in the province on your shoulders, and none of them will ever thank you for it. You are a daimyo, a feudal lord. You rule an entire domain, hundreds of square miles, tens of thousands of people. Thousands of samurai who've sworn their swords and their lives to your family name. Your castle sits on a hill overlooking the province, and from the top floor, you can see rice fields stretching to the mountains in every direction. All of it is yours. Every grain of rice harvested in this province passes through your tax system. You take roughly 40%. That rice feeds your samurai, funds your military, and pays your obligations to the Shogun in Edo. You are required to spend every other year living in the capital. This system is designed to keep you under the Shogun's watch and to drain your treasury so you never accumulate enough wealth to rebel. Your wife and children remain in Edo permanently as polite hostages, though no one uses that word. You govern through your karo and your council of senior retainers. You approve marriages between samurai families to build alliances. You commission castles and roads and bridges. You host delegations from neighboring domains and smile at men you would happily destroy if the political wind shifted. Because beneath the ceremony and the poetry and the tea, this world runs on power. And power among the daimyo is measured in one thing. How many samurai will march when you raise your banner? You have 8,000. The lord to your east has 12,000. You have not slept well since you learned that number. You are the Shogun, the supreme military ruler of Japan. The emperor exists above you in theory. He performs the rituals. He holds the divine title. But you hold the swords. Every daimyo in the country answers to you. Every samurai in every province serves at your pleasure. You control a nation of 30 million people from a castle in Edo that is the largest fortress ever built. Your word is law. A single decree can strip a daimyo of his entire domain and redistribute it to a loyal ally. You have done this 11 times. Each time the message spread, without you needing to repeat it. Obey or disappear. You eat every meal alone. A taster tries each dish before it reaches you. Your corridors are designed with nightingale floors that sing when stepped on, so no assassin can approach in silence. You trust your karo. You trust your guard captain. You trust no one else completely. The daimyo smile and bow and send gifts and pledge eternal loyalty, and every single one of them is calculating whether they could take your seat if enough lords joined their side. You know this because you did the same calculation before you took the seat yourself. Your grandfather won this position in a war that killed 70,000 men. You inherited it. Your job is to make sure no one else has the opportunity to win it back. You are the most powerful man in Japan. You are also the most confined. You have not left this castle in 2 years. You have not held a sword in combat in a decade. You sit in a room with painted screens and golden walls, and you read reports about men who want to kill you, and provinces that want to rebel, and foreign ships that have appeared on the southern coast carrying weapons unlike anything your samurai have ever seen. The world is changing. You can feel it in the letters that arrive each week. Something is coming that swords alone cannot stop. But you are the shogun. And for now, every knee in this country still bends to you. For now,